Today I'm going to be talking about why to self-host on n8n, why I decided to do it, as well as going over a couple different options. So I'm going to give a quick overview on the pros and cons, like why to self-host on n8n. Number one is for privacy. Your data is going to stay on your server and not n8n's. You'll get unlimited use, which is no limits on like the workflows or the runs, which actually ends up being a lot cheaper at scale because you're just paying for your server and the amount of data that it's using, not necessarily per execution. Why not to self-host on n8n would be if you're not, you don't even have to necessarily be techie, but if you just don't want to worry about updates and maintaining the server for yourself, if you want to set and forget it, maybe paying for n8n's starter plan or the pro plan might be for you. However, self-hosting on n8n, like we said before, is going to be a lot cheaper. When we compare hosting in n8n's cloud versus essentially your own cloud, in n8n, you're ready to go. There's no setup, automatic updates. You get the subscription that comes with that, workflow and execution limits. Data goes through n8n servers. You're limited to your customization, and your support is managed by the n8n team. With self-hosting on n8n, you will be installing and managing it. You're going to handle the updates and the server costs, which can be a lot cheaper. Unlimited workflows and executions. Data is going to stay on your server. So you got full control, can do custom nodes, and you got to fix the issues yourself. So I got the register link here. You can also find it on Docker image in the hub. If you scroll down a little bit to this one right here, this is the exact one that I got copied right here. So I'm going to be setting this up on Render for myself. You guys can follow along if you want to do the same thing. There's a couple different platforms out there. I just chose to go with Render. It's not really right or wrong. There's not one that's too much better than the other sort of thing. The only difference is actually hosting on your computer. There are some people that decide to do that, and that's not hosting on any sort of cloud or not. That's just on your computer. Now, I chose not to go with that option, although it is the most secure. The problem with that is if you are doing client work, for example, and your computer were to die, then your workflow is done. And then they're not getting emails forwarded and they're not getting things where they need to be. And it can cause a whole bunch of issues. I'd recommend just going with the self-hosting option. So we're going to pop over to Render. I'll have the registration link in the description. After you create an account, you will have an email verification you have to accept. Then you will be in the dashboard. You don't have to fill any of this out. I'm just going to go ahead and skip. And boom, we can see your projects. You're going to head over to web services and then go to an existing image. And this is where you're going to have that image URL. I'll put that in the description as well. But this is the one that I had in my little PowerPoint right here. And you will drop that right there. And no credentials, so you are self-hosting. You can give it a name. I'll just call it self-hosting demo. You're going to want to pick the region that is closest to you. So for me, that would be Oregon, I guess. And then this is how it's cheaper than n8n. You can do completely for free. However, you will need to be basically going through this process every single time because it has a runtime where after I think it's like a couple seconds, like 50 seconds, maybe a minute or two, then it just goes down. So I'd recommend going with the starter option. If you do need more storage, you kind of know where you're at with it, whether you're managing projects or have a lot of automations going for yourself. Majority of people, starter option is going to be completely fine. We'll go down here and click deploy web service. And then you'll have to add in your billing details for the $7 a month. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now your web service is deployed. You are just waiting on this little thing here to say that it's done, or like a check mark, it'll turn green. And then this will be your self-hosting link. So give it a second, wait for everything to get done. So as you can see, we are now live. We can go ahead and copy this to the clipboard. And now we can set up our owner account. Then you'll be greeted with some customization things. You can just kind of skip that. And now you are in n8n, you are self-hosting. It's fully set up. You can go ahead and start making some workflows, or if you need to import your past workflows over to your self-hosting, you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and set that up right now. And you are ready to roll. That's it for me, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one.